Hello everyone and welcome back to a 3v3 Elite mod game. For the blue team, we have Equneora as a Space Marine. We have reaperofzombies on IG and Rotte as his Space Marines. Are you playing the Ultramarines? Yes, you are. And I believe Lynn is the Space, or the Black Templars. I do like that Force Commander skin for the Black Templars. And then on the red team, we have Alphablades playing as the Lord Commissar, as he usually does. He likes the Lord Commissar. I like the Lord Commissar. We have kingstrategist as the Commando Knob. Don't see him played too often. And then Minikid coming in as the Lictor, grabbing the first victory point for the red team. On the blue side, they are currently not grabbing any of the victory points, but they are getting a lot of the resources here. And we have a couple of Hormigón broods moving up the right side. And they're about to engage against Rotte Scout Squad. Try and delay some cover fire. Or, well, no, there's no cover fire. Just firing into the Hormigón squads. And now getting pounced on. They did manage to get the power node first, and then they are getting the heck out of there. But here comes the Apothecary and another attack Marine squad. Thinking twice about it. Meanwhile, on the left side, we do have an engagement between the IG and the Space Marines here. Force Commander going straight for the squads. It's a good choice there. Backed up by attack Marine and Scout Squad. Meanwhile, we have the Sentinel that Alpha likes to get early in the game. Force Commander forced to retreat a little bit back to the squads as they grab the victory point, tying this up 1-1 with no team bleeding. Oh, never mind. They were pushed off. They got to capture that. Right side is still a skirmish between Rotte and the Tyranids. Between him and Minikid, who now are forced to pull back with the assistance of reaperofzombies coming in with the guardsmen, who are now being flanked by the Orks. So much DACA, as Orks do, pushing back Reaper's guards. And then on the left side, looks like Equneora did lose that engagement, was forced off the point, but they have managed to capture the midpoint here, keeping them at a 1-1 tie. And now it looks like that kingstrategist is going to take that for the red team, putting red in a 2-1 advantage. Rotte's still alive though here on the right side. Bringing up another scout squad. Guardsman trying to push back against the Orks here. Oh, that's the what, the Death Krieg forces? That's so cool. Anyway, so yeah, we have some guardsmen here fighting against the Commando Knob and some Shootas. And on the right side, Rotte is flanking the Orks as they are trying to build a WA banner. Trying to stop them there. On the left side, the guardsmen have pushed up against the Blue's power node, who's going to be reinforced by the Scout Squad, Attack Squad, and Force Commander once again. There's going to be a second engagement. I think that the Space Marines should be able to hold and push back the guardsmen there. And on mid, the fight between the Orks, Guard, and Space Marines looks like it's going in the favor of blue. They just need to silence that one remaining Shooter squad with a big gun. Big Shooter. There we go. And they are forced off. They are now free to destroy that wall banner, but the Tyranids are coming in to try and make sure that they do not capture this victory point and this resource point here. Maybe just the resource point. I thought they were going to advance. Here we go. So blue team is capturing that victory point, giving them the 1 point to still 2 lead in the red's favor, which is currently fighting, or being fought over here on the left side. Whoever wins this engagement, which should be the blue team Space Marines, should be able to take this victory point. Right side, resources being claimed by the Termagants and Hormigón broods of Minikid. Rotte's pushing up the middle. And it looks like Alpha was indeed pushed back off the left side, leaving this victory point in the hands of the Black Templar chapter and the blue team, who are already down to 380 points, so they definitely need to hold on to these 2 points for a while and then try and even up this game. Capturing the mid resource point here, very good. And here comes the Tyranid Swarm, headed up by the Lictor, who is not being as sneaky as he wishes he was, and is forced to retreat already. With Rotte and the Reaper here, I can imagine he didn't want to take that fight. It's a good call pulling back right now. On the left side, looks like Alpha is trying to engage against the Black Templars. Doesn't have much here, though, right now. But some skirmishing is going down. The Commissar thinking twice about that. Force Commander charging against the IG squad, forcing them off the requisition point and forcing them further back on the left side. Meanwhile, the midpoint, the Orks have kind of set up shop here at that victory point, as Rotte pushes up and falls back a little bit. But this attack squad is not done. It's going to come back up the hill and do some more flanking action. IG in the mid. Here comes some Storm Boys trying to disrupt the Guardsman squads. Attack Marines forcing the melee for a little bit, but the Orks are pushed back there. Commando Knob still going strong, throwing out the bomb. Stunning that attack squad. Shooter Boy still up, and Tyranid reinforcements are inbound with the Warrior Brood, which should help against attack squads, forcing them in the melee. Nice pull by the Lictor there, isolating that Marine. And looks like this attack squad is forced to retreat from the Hormagaunts. A shooter squad is still around. And there we go, the other attack squad is forced to run away, but is too late and dies. Along with... Never mind, they may make it out. Alright, Guardsmen have recollected themselves and pushing up against mid again. Looks like the Tyranids are forced to give up the chase on that one Guardsman or that one Space Marine who was so close to death. That was very lucky for Rotte. Hormagaunts coming in, Lictor coming in, tearing up the Guardsmen in melee. Melee has never positioned the Guardsmen want to be in. On the left side, we still have engagement here between Alpha and Elena as she chases off his Commissar, pulls up some attack squads up behind, and tries to wither the storm of the flashlights. Ooh, looks like the War General, goes down for Reaper of Zombies, and his squads run in fear as the Tyranids claim the middle and are now taking that resource point, and most likely will be taking this victory point, putting them back in the lead with a 2-1. Orks now deciding to reinforce Alpha side, trying to push back the Black Templars, seeing that they have pushed back or pushed up too far. Scout squad trying to get into a better position, and here comes some Store Boys, trying to get that attack squad. Force Commander trying to stall a little bit. Tyranids are capturing that victory point. Rotte's trying to come in here and push them off. They're going to get the point though, giving them the 2-1 advantage. Left side, Orks and the Space Marines are in brutal melee combat. More Shooter Boys coming down the stairs, reinforced. The Black Templars are going to have to run away from this engagement, or else they will die. Leaving this point in the hands of the Orks. Looks like very soon, unless they can push them off of the mid, the red team is going to have all 3 points. And Alphablades coming up to reinforce with the Guardsmen. Looks like the Tyranid player was indeed forced off by Rotte's attack Marines, so they will still have 1 point, but red will be in the lead with 2 points. They're going to need to make a push up here, either on the left or just go straight up the middle. I think they have a better shot with all the Ork forces on the left by just pushing up the middle. It is pretty barren, but they won't really know that.
The enemy is destroying a key structure.
Oh, Spore Mines! Alright.
Understood.
Yeah, you want to kind of get away from those. There we go. Meanwhile, on the left side, Alpha's Guardsmen are pushing up against their power node. Very nice push here, starting to destroy the generators, denying them some resources. Right side is pretty quiet, which is favorable for the red team as they control more resources on the right than the blue team does. Nice, you have an Imperial Guard bunker setting shop there in mid next to the resource points. And it looks like Rotte is heading to the left side to reinforce Elena's Black Templar chapter. And trying to make sure that he cannot destroy this power node. Here comes the attack. And the Guardsmen are withdrawing back to their Orkish allies, which sounds weird. Orks and IG working together. Alright, it's Storm Boys with the charge into melee. And now here comes the Orkish hordes and the Guardsmen reformed. Oh my, with Ogren's back up this time. These attack squads most likely not going to be able to survive against such melee and range power. And there we go, Rotte's Apothecary is forced out of the fight. Although the Black Templars did come up in time, Devastator Squad is up, but the Lictor comes in with a pounce and knocks them off their feet, having to reset and pulling them. Oh my goodness, that poor Devastator Squad just got lictored to death. Attack squad's in retreat. Black Templars are going to have to get out of here. I think they were counting heavily on that Devastator Squad doing a lot of work, but that Lictor countered it hard. That was an unfortunate event for the blue team. Warrior Brood just pouncing on everybody. Force Commander, though, still active, trying to go after the Shooter Boys. As the Black Templar army falls back to base. Power node is going to go into the hands of the red team. And the blue team is still down 1 victory point, meaning that they are continue to bleed. They're down to 262 victory points now. Let's see, Reaper Zombies pushing up mid, trying to claim this point that is undefended. Good call there. And Elena's Force Commander's finally forced to retreat.
Research underway.
That is a poor series of events for blue right there on the left side.
Enemy fire.
Let's see, Artillery Spotter Squad. These are the stealth spotters for the IG. I don't think I've ever actually seen someone get them before in any of these games. Oh, you just have Voxes on their backs? That's cool. Anyway, these artillery spotters are being chased here by a Lictor, who is now doing the pounce, and probably is going to pull one. Nope. Alright, there they go. They are in full retreat. Rotte has reorganized and is coming up with his tac squads, and Apothecary trying to push them off the one of the points that they own. Looks like the Lord General did manage to secure the point up mid on the red side. But now with this point neutralized, red is no longer bleeding any points. Wow, calls down a Termagant brood. And with shooters on the left, Termagants on the right, warrior broods mixed in, I think Rotte is going to be forced to run away once again. There is just too many enemies here for him to face alone. It does look like Reaper Zombies does hold on to the point on the red side, though. That is something going for them today. And Elena looks like she had to push up against Alphablades, but was pushed back by the Ogrins and Plasma Guns of the Imperial Guard. Now the Orks are claiming the victory point, which will put them back in the lead 2-1, with the one victory point that blue has deep in red territory. Ooh, Gene Stealer's on the field, but already running away. And here comes Alpha's IG squads to go and capture everything that's behind this victory point. One group of guardsmen trying to live inside this bunker, weathering the storm currently, holding on to that resource node. And these guardsmen are falling back. I'm assuming well, actually, I don't know where they're going. Alright, so here come the Ogrins and Alphablades forces, beating down this bunker. They are tired of it being here. It is an eyesore to them. And Rotte once again making a push with multiple tac squads, but this time has a Dreadnought support. Does not have the multi-melta upgrade that he usually has. Maybe he's currently researching, I'm not sure. Orc player withdrawing some of his forces. Tyranid falling back a little bit. And here comes the rest of Reaper's forces here on the mid. And it looks like Alpha is also going to have to withdraw. His allies have already pulled out of this fight. And blue is now claiming this point for, well, the blue team. And there was a stealth cap here by one of Elena's scouts that I missed. So now blue is going to control all 3 points, and red is going to be bleeding down pretty fast. Very nice push from blue team here. That bunker holding out for the reinforcements. Whew, and here comes a Tyranid swarm. Gene Stealers, Hormagaunts, Termagants, Warrior Brood. But there's so much flamers there that they just got toasted going in, and King Strategist thinks twice about it. I'm sorry, not King Strategist. Minikid thinks twice about it and pulls back.
Adding support structure.
And now Rotte and Reaper Zombies are free to push up to the one point that red managed to capture. I think Elena's on her way. No, that's just another one of Rotte's tac squads. So many tac squads. Awesome. Now the Orks are up, ready to do some fighting. And here comes some bombs. But they are suppressed, they can't run away. Nice bombs. Not from the commando knob. Looks like he has a big, oh, that's not a big knife, that's Assassin's knife. Of course it is. Dreadnought going deep into the Tyranid lines by itself, while the tac squads try to hold off the Orcish horde. And they are getting flanked by the guardsmen, though. Here comes Death Tread to try and support the Orcish ground forces there. And the Dreadnought is pulling back. If they continue chase, I don't think it's actually going to be able to make it out of here. That is, yep, its fate is sealed, not it's sealed as fate. And on the left side, it looks like Alpha is managing to recapture this point for the red team, putting it back to 2-1. But blue team has, well, it's not even up yet, but they are doing a good job. They are not getting out of this fight. Commando not doing a charge, but is forced to retreat. Death Tread coming in very slowly, and here come the Tyranid forces. Backed up by shooters from both Tyranids and Orks. Black Templars are here backing up the Guardsmen, though. Well, Guardsmen are dead or withdrawing, and now so are the Black Templars. So it looks like the blue team has been pushed off this point that is in the neutralized position. Free to be taken over by red team. That bunker's still up, though, and a Manticore just hanging out next to this Death Tread, not where the Manticore wants to be. It is a very squishy vehicle, and it's about to be... There we go. It is destroyed. A lot of points wasted on that vehicle.
Technology unlock beginning.
I don't think it was able to do too much before it was finished. Alpha moving up to center to support his allies. You are just going back and taking these resource nodes and power nodes. And looks like the bunker is about to drop, finally. Oh no, that was a squad. Sorry, that was a squad inside the bunker. The bunker's still fine. The bunker's totally fine. But they're still going to try and bring it down.
Issuing new weapon. Fight on.
Ooh, is that a stern guard?
The enemy back.
Ultramarine stern guard.
Adding
Cool.
power generator.
Looks like Rotte did manage to get another Dreadnought. Does this one have the multi-melta? It does. There are a lot of forces waiting for blue team in mid, though. Looks like Elena is pushing out the left side, trying to grab that unguarded victory point. That's a good call.
Generator operational.
Single Guardsman squad pushing up. I'm not sure why. It just totally got massacred. Multi-melta pouring into the Death Tread. And here comes the Tyranid flank on Rod's tack squads. He needs backup, and he needs it now. Look, they're coming into... Oh my goodness, just crushing the stern guards. And there we go. There is the retreat order, and another Dreadnought falls to the red team. Ooh, that flank from the Tyranids. Alright, it looks like Elena is capturing the left point, though. Unfortunately, this point is now in the hands of red. All they have to do is cap it. But for right now, it is 2-1 blue. That is quickly going to change. And Black Templar, Elena pushing up deep into red's territory, going after a power node. Meanwhile, red is just all over blue's territory, taking out their resources as well. It's about to be 2-1 again in red's favor. There we go. Blue is continuing to bleed points. And I think Alpha is going to swing up the left here and try and capture that third point. As will the Tyranid player, looks like. Reaper and Rotte trying to form up together here in mid. And now Elena's coming back behind the Tyranid and Orc lines and thinking twice about it. And yep, here comes Alpha capturing the third point, which will give red 3-1. Rot Scout Squad being pushed off by the Orcish hordes. The Stern Guard Squad is probably close to following. We'll see. There are a lot of attack squads here, and the Tyranid player is not here to support the Orcs. Nice. All right. So the Slugger Boy is destroyed. Very nice. They got the knob with that. These poor attack squads are currently suppressed. Death Tread going in for the melee. And Elena's forces are being crushed, it looks like, by the Tyranid and a Baneblade, which is out on the field. Which most likely seals the fate of the blue team. The only player currently in third is Elena. She does also have a Librarian out. Where's the Devastator squad? Back at the base? Oh, I'm sorry, she just lost her Librarian, apparently. Which was up here. Well... that's unfortunate for blue team. There goes the Force Commander. Blue team down to 74 points, and I don't think they're going to be able to turn it back here. Alright, we do have a A land raider being built, but I unfortunately think it is going to be too little too late. Blue team is down to 40 points. Here comes the Baneblade being escorted by a Death Tread. Alright, but we do have a Scout Squad trying to get a stealth cap here, but it's game. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Good game to the red team. Take care, everybody.